Hey everyone! Good morning from the Corgi crew and Rita here for today's Cricut Chat. Yay, woof woof woof. Hooray. Lola is very excited. Lola especially is very excited. How are you all doing today? Good morning, Renee. We are starting a brand new week, and we just got off of doing a week full of infusible ink. Lola, please, she won't stop. And let's see, we did infusible ink stuff and a little bit of sublimation. And what else did we do? We also did a really cool card from My Scrap Chick. And then they ended up having internet problems. So I hope you guys were able to go through and get on their sale. They said their sale was going to continue because of their internet problems. But so I just thought I'd tell you about that. Hey, so today's a brand new week. I can't believe how fast time flies. I had a great weekend. We went to a nice wedding, and I got to yesterday do some cleaning and cooking, which I don't get to do much in the summertime. And also, I have some interesting news that I'm going to mention in a little bit, but also just kind of wanted to welcome everybody back for the week. And if you're new, let me tell you who I am. My name is Rita, and I have 3 corgis. As if you didn't know. I have 3 corgis, and I'm finishing up this cute little birthday card for a little girl. And I do this morning chat. It's called Cricut Chat. I do it every morning at 9 o'clock Eastern time on Facebook. It's live, and I will chat. Sometimes I get so excited I'm doing my stuff and I don't chat with you all, but I apologize for that. But we also chat with each other. This is a great group if you've not been into Facebook groups. We have a related group, actually a couple of groups, and we just have fun. We're just having fun with our Cricuts. I hope you can join us in whatever capacity, whether it's on Facebook or on YouTube. We take and put all of the videos, if I can. There was one last week that didn't get posted because I had a problem with recording, but I record these special sessions and then we put them in on YouTube. So if you want to rewatch them or you don't have Facebook, you can do that there. Every month I give away something, and this month is no different. I am giving away a Cricut Joy and all the stuff that comes with it. Actually, I'm working on a Joy project right now. You get a Cricut Joy, and all you have to do is put your name in. Follow me on Facebook and YouTube. Put your name in every day. You can do it until the end. Right? So until the end, what am I saying, Rita? Okay, until next week, the end of the week, that's what I was saying. The end of this week. We run it for 2 weeks. And so that's kind of fun and cool. And, let's see. So today we're going to work on the Joy because I get a lot of joy from working on the Joy. And I also want to talk about a couple of fun projects or events, maybe. I don't know if they're projects or events, but let's see. So I'm going to talk this morning about the birthday party project, which is a project that is being run by Cricut for the next 5 weeks. And they want to have us send 5,000 or more projects to this company called the Birthday Party Project. This company is, I guess it's a few years old. It's stationed, or it's located in Dallas, Texas. And it started off as an idea for local folks to celebrate birthdays for kids who maybe might not have a stable home, and so they can enjoy their birthdays even if they don't have a stable home. And it has blossomed to, I think they said 18 cities, and you can read all about it if you go to their website. It's called the Birthday Party Project.org. So since the folks at Cricut are since then, Cricut wanting to do some community group event like they did last year with the masks. Remember they did the masks, the million masks and stuff? So this is a new event that they're wanting to help with. And so they asked their creators, meaning us, to develop some projects. So the whole idea of this is that it will be distributed amongst the 18 cities, and what you do is you would create some things. Now, I'm doing cards because I love to do cards, and I also want to show you the Joy app and a few other things with the Joy. But you don't have to limit it to cards. You can make banners, you can make T-shirts, you can make little cups, sippy cups, or things like that. But I figured I'd start off and introduce this as a card project for us. There is an address that you would send these to. It's not to Cricut, it's in Texas. So I was thinking that I would commit to making, a dozen or so. I've already got 4 done of cards, and I wanted to show you how that works. But before I get started, I wanted to let you know something that's really exciting. A few of the product experts, and you probably know who they are. There's Melody Lane, Carol from Canada, Carol Prevost, and Abigail Castillo. She's from Sassy Ranita Crafts, and she and the 3 of them and I will be doing a special show coming up in a couple of weeks. Actually, we're just going to start off by introducing ourselves so that people can understand that we are a team and that we work together and that you can follow all 4 of us. This will be really good for me, especially because I'm still trying to build up my clientele, or I don't know what you call it, followers. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be fun. So we're going to have, and if it goes really, really well, we'll do it on a regular basis. And I think that will be fun. So the first episode, which will be a live chat, and I believe it's going to be kind of a Zoom YouTube hybrid, will be in early September. Which is not far away. This is like the last few days of August, right? Am I correct in saying? Oh, maybe we're in the last week of August. I don't know. Yeah, so it's going to be exciting. You'll get to know some people maybe you didn't know, and some people that you could follow. See what it is that they do. Maybe they're people that you haven't even met before, and that's great. And if you are Spanish speaker, Abigail is a Spanish speaker as well, and she does a lot of Spanish speaking, which is really cool. Shirley, you feeling better? She says she's dizzy. Shirley got COVID. Oh, poor thing. And she's vaccinated. Okay, so watch for that on any of our 4 channels. I'm so excited about it. Kind of happened last night. So let's get back to this. So we're going to be working on the Joy today. I want to talk about the Joy app since it's fairly new. Yeah, it is exciting, isn't it? Yeah. So I thought it was a great little team. a team building project, and I was so thankful to be included. So, okay, let's talk about the Joy. I don't know if you guys know this, but the Joy, which is my Joy is over here, the Joy has its own app. You don't need to use it. However, it does offer foiling, and so it makes looking for cards fairly easy. If you have already this is Cricut Design Space iOS. This is different than the Cricut Joy, okay? So if you happen to see this one with the C and the little antenna, that's the Cricut Design Space. What we're doing is Cricut Joy right here. Now, both of these apps are free, and if you don't know how if you have an iOS, which is iPad or an iPhone, you would go to the App Store. If you have, let's see, a desktop, depending on which format you have, you would go to the Android. Okay, so I have iPhone, so I'm going to go with the App Store. And then you would just go to the App Store and search for Cricut Joy. Okay, and once you do that, you'll see a number of apps that show up. But what we want to find is the one that is the official Cricut Joy. Did it show up? Here it is. Cricut Joy, you see that? Quick and simple cards, labels, stickers, and more. So we're going to open that up either from here, or we can open it up on the desktop. And here's what you will see when you open it up. You can see that you can do paper crafts with foil. You can do insert cards. You can do quick labels, iron-on, and then vinyl stickers and paper crafts. To be honest, I haven't done anything besides the insert cards from the Joy app. I do find doing the insert cards from the Joy app to be much easier than doing it from the regular iOS or the regular app, and that's because it allows you to search in this group. There's 1,200 and counting cards here. Something for any occasion, for any person. Father's Day, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, First Communion, sympathy, birthday, but we're going to focus on birthday because this is for the birthday party project. So when you get here, you could scroll through everything just like this, and there's 1,200 cards. It would mean you've got to scroll a lot, or you can do a search and you can just type in a word. You see here, these are like my frequently used words: birthday, dinosaur, and Halloween. What does that say about me? So I'm going to choose birthday, and it's going to give me a bunch of birthday cards that I can make. Now, the thing that's important about the Joy and about these cards is that you can't save the file. So you can't like save it and do it over and over and over again. You have to find it each time. I find that a little bit difficult, but it is what it is. So each time you'll have to do this search and find it. You can't even like favorite the ones you want to do, but it's very limited, and it's limited because it needs to be simple. Okay. And then once we scroll down the 100 cards that are selected, we can choose a card that we want. Let's do this llama one. Okay, so let's do the llama one, and it says start making. Now, the thing I like about the Joy is that it's very simple. It's just make it. You don't have to deal with the canvas, nothing like that. Super simple. You just have to hit start making and follow the simple steps. Now, you'll notice that there are 3 card sizes here. We usually do this one, the middle one, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. before we get doing on that, I just want to talk about sizes for a minute. We're going to need a Cricut card mat. You see these Cricut card mats? These are so that we can cut out these insert cards. Insert cards are unique to the Joy, and they come in different sizes. The original size that came was this 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is also called an A2 size card. Okay, so this is an A2 size card. Okay. And it does require, it says here, requires the Cricut Joy card mat. Inside a box of insert cards, you're going to get, let's pull it open. You're going to get these, which are small pieces that are called inserts. Then here are the cards, which are A2 size cards, and then a bunch of envelopes to go with the card. It's a perfect little pack, and as you can see, I tend to sort of pick them up and keep them around because it's a cute little pack. But in the event that you want to, I don't know, save money, or you have a very special event, you can also make these cards using regular cardstock. I'm going to show you real quick how to do that in case you want to have, I don't know, your special, like these don't come in a huge variety of colors. So let's say like the wedding that I went to this weekend. Let's say I wanted to use special colors, like, I don't know, her colors were blue and I guess white, or like, so you could use your own paper to make or to work with the Joy. So here is a sheet of, it's called letter size, 8 1/2 by 11. It's the kind of size cardstock that you would put into a printer. And it's a standard size. So 8 1/2 by 11 standard size. The cool thing about it is if you cut it in half this way, you can create 2 cards. And so this is something that I do often, especially if I want to have special color cards, or if, let's say, I was doing a theme and I wanted to get only green cards for St. Patrick's Day, I could do that. So we're going to cut it across the lengthwise, and remember, it's 8 1/2 by 11. When we cut 11 in half, that's 5 1/2. And so let me just see that I'm doing it correctly. So this is a handy dandy trimmer. You don't need to have one of these by Cricut, but I love having a trimmer, and I just happen to have a Cricut one. So by folding it in half, I create these 2 equal size pieces, and then all I need to do is fold each of those pieces in half, and ta-da, same size as the medium size card. Okay, so one sheet of 8 1/2 by 11 creates 2 cards, which is pretty cool. Now, where do you get this cardstock? I buy my 8 1/2 by 11 inch cardstock from Michael's. They often have it on sale, and I think they have it on sale this week. It's called Recollections brand. I don't have the brand logo with me, but it's called Recollections brand, and it comes in a variety of colors. So you can see here, I've made this, and some of these are from the box, and some of these are from me making them. So here, if I wanted a special color like this peacock color, or this red or purple or whatever, that is the card. Now, if you want to make these are the inserts, also can be done using 8 1/2 by 11 inch foil paper, or whatever kind of paper. You want to use glitter paper, you want to use whatever. The important thing to know is with this, it has to be a different size. So if you look on the box, you'll see the cards are sized at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and the inserts are sized at 4 inches by 5.5. I'm sorry, 5.25. So that means we can use an 8.5 by 11 inch and get with our inserts. You'll get 4 inserts out of an 8.5 by 11 inch size card. So let's see, inserts are 4 by 5.25. So this is 8.5 by 11. So what I'm going to do is double that and say, okay, I'm going to cut my paper first to 8 inches because double 4 is 8, right? And so there now I have 8 inches, and then 5.25 doubled is 10.5. So I can get rid of these, like, sort of, see how this is kind of ruined there? So I can just, you know, get rid of my bad edges there by cutting at 10.25, and then I have these little strips that you can either save or whatever you want to do with them. I save them. So now we have a slightly smaller bit going, and so we can go ahead and cut this in half to 4 inches, right? And then turn it and cut this at 5.25. So there's 5.25, you see? Very exact having one of these, okay? So 5.25. Now you would, if you didn't do the trimming, you would have a little extra here. But we did the trimming, and so now we have actually 4 inserts made out of 1 sheet. So 1 sheet of the foil, or whatever paper you choose, has made 4 inserts. 1 sheet of the regular cardstock makes 2 cards. So if you were, I don't know, doing a birthday party or a wedding shower or something like that, you would pick up your 2 colors. You'd pick up your cardstock color and then your insert color, and then you would also have to buy envelopes, but you can buy envelopes in a large quantity. In fact, I picked up 250 quantity at Create for Less for like just recently for like I don't know, less than 20 bucks, okay? So that's my little thing about cardstock. You can either use these boxed cards, which are lovely, and they come with everything you need, or you can make your own, and you can create your own look. So look, pink with a rose gold, really pretty. Some of these other cards also come with other things, such as this comes with a what's the word I'm looking for? Acetate. It's foil acetate. If I can get it open, and I'm not going to be able to open it, but they come with foil acetate. I am going to get this open. Ha! Okay. So they come with a foil acetate liner for the insert. But what I found really fun to do, this is called foil acetate, I found really fun to do is to layer it like this. And I'll show you what that looks like. Look at my llama. It has a pink, like a holographic cardstock with foil acetate. Isn't that lovely? Oh, I love it. And then here I used glitter pen for my dino. Isn't that great? This one I tried to do pink foil on, and I didn't really like it, so I ended up trying to go back and fill in the pink foil with glitter pen, and now it doesn't look right, so I might have to do that one over. Some of the cards have some pretty elaborate cuts. Here is one, and it has, let's see, some glue there, because when I put this together, normally you don't need glue with insert cards, but I was like, but these things lift. So this is your personal preference here. So when you have these kinds of sections of the card that would easily lift. You can dab a little bit of glue on there, but you got to be careful because it can smear like it's smeared here, okay? So if you're going to put a little bit of glue, make sure that you are being very, very careful and not smearing it. I was trying to be careful, but it didn't work out for me. Anyway, I'll still send it because who wouldn't want to receive that adorable unicorn card? So let's get back to the Joy app, okay? Did I put this in the wrong thing? No. Okay. So let's get back to that Joy app. So let's make this llama. This llama is only going to be a cut. A lot of times with the Joy, you can add pen. Here are my pens. Or you can even add foil. Here's my foil insert. My foil housing. Where did it go? Here's the foil housing, and you can buy this. It's about $30. And if you're familiar with the foil, this only has the middle size, the medium size, and so that's all you get. You don't have a bunch of tips to do this at all, but it's really fun to do foil, and we'll do foil in a second. Pens are fun too, and it's so easy to do with this Joy app. So I'm going to choose a size. I generally choose that medium size because it's a standard size for me. When I'm making cards, it's an A2 size, and then I hit next. Now at this point, I can edit the color if I wanted to, and you see here I could make the card any color that I want to. This is for your visual, just to sort of get a view. So let's choose this purple, which I've already put on the mat. And of course, you know, there's no purple listed here, so I'm going to make the card purple, and then I'll change the insert to, I don't know, something holographic like this, and that looks kind of cool. Now again, this is for your visual. The machine does not know what you put in there, okay? It just knows that it's receiving a card on the card mat. So this is for your visual. When we get to foil, there is a step that you need to make with the foil. So that's where you're going to do it, okay? But we don't have any foiling and no writing on this, so we're just going to hit next. And this is just like a project overview. It tells you what material you need, what kind of mat, and what the material size is going to be. So let's talk about this. This is called a card mat. It's only available for the Joy, although some people have figured out a way to use it for the other machines, and that's fine. But it is a special card mat that that was developed just for the Joy. Now, this is the sticky part of the mat. If you've never worked with mats before, they're sticky on the top, but this one has like a little sleeve or a pocket that you are going to put the card in, the folded card in. This is much different than on a Cricut, a bigger size Cricut, is that you don't do folded cards on here. But look, I've put my card in. Now I've pushed it all the way to the top here, and I want to point out these lines. So see, there are 1, 2, 3 lines, and they do coincide with the size cards that you see on the screen. So this one here is the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, you see, and then we're just going to take the top one and fold it over. Make sure it's on there really good, and there is stick to this. Now this mat is really reasonably priced because it doesn't last forever, and you can wash it, but I found that, you know, washing it and trying to re-stick it kind of doesn't work so well. There are some knockoffs on the market which you can buy, but honestly, when you are shopping the Cricut site, if you're an Access member and also you follow me, you'll get 10% off, or if you're a premium member, you'll get 20% off. And then if you follow me and use my code, which is Cricut Chat 10, you will get an additional 10% off. And so honestly, I just pick up the card mats and my mats when they're on sale. So recently they were on sale for, I don't know, 40% off. And then I have a premium membership with access. So I got an additional 20% off. And then I use my code, I get an additional 10% off. So after, 40%, and then there's a 20%, and then there's a 10%, it's about, a little more than half off, which makes it really reasonable to buy on Cricut. I like to use Cricut products. I like to use Cricut products with my Cricut machines, but you do you. If you don't want to use Cricut products, then that's fine. If you want to find a cheaper way out or more that works with you, then do that. So that's completely up to you. So let's get going again. So here's my card, and it says make it at the top. How easy could that be? And by the way, if you want to preview it because you've been talking so long, you can preview it just like that. Oh, I forgot we were doing the llama. So let's hit make it. And what you'll see is it automatically comes up and it connects to the Cricut Joy. Now, Cricut Joy is a buttonless machine, so you need Bluetooth to connect to it, okay? You need Bluetooth to connect to the Cricut Joy. And once you do connect to it, it will start to flash. If you don't know about Bluetooth, here's what you do. You go to your settings, and you would look for and find this Bluetooth. Okay, and then from my list of Bluetooth devices, which are all Cricut products pretty much, I would find the Joy and I'd make sure that it was connected. Okay, that's how you do Bluetooth. So let's go back to my Joy, and it's telling me how to take and put my card in here. Now, since we've done this over and over again, we don't need to read this, but it's there to help you, So you'll notice that the machine is blinking. That's because it's connected and it's ready to take the mat. So let's see, did we decide to do purple? Let's do the llama in purple. And so what we're going to do when that is blinking is we're just going to take and push the card in between those little things, those little guides, and we have to set this in motion by hitting go. It's saying make sure your Joy blade is in there. Well, I keep my Joy blade there all the time, so I don't need to really make sure it's in there. I'm just going to hit go, and you'll see that it's going to start cutting out our llama. So while it's doing that, let me find a good insert for this. Let's see, we have purple. So, what about a pink llama? Or I haven't made very many boy. What about a holographic? This is kind of nice. So you see, I've made what's this? Purple. It's like a light purple. Would that look cute? Nah. I kind of like this look. So this can get pretty addictive or addicting. And so llamas are white, right? So maybe we can do like white glitter. That might be fun. And this is white glitter. So let's do that. So this, because it can get so addictive, I think it would be fun to make a bunch of these and mail them all at once to the birthday party project. So if that's something you'd be interested in, I will post the address on where we're going to send it. You do have to pay for the shipping, and it is not to Cricut, so don't send it to Cricut. If you decide you don't want to make cards and you want to make something else, banners, shirts, whatever, little gifty things, they'll take those too. And then they distributed it to all of the cities that they work with and to the kids that need it the most, which I love this idea. I've been wanting to do something like that for our seniors because, and I hope I did mention that maybe we can look for a senior. I have not found any place that does this for our seniors. And you know, seniors are really dear to my heart. So I'm hoping that something comes out of that. Let me just take a sip of water. So it moves fairly quickly, right? And it is now 100% done. It tells me complete. All I have to do is hit unload. And there is my card. Isn't it adorable? So let's move it, my machine over. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to remove the top part. Now, this is a fairly new mat, so it's still got quite a bit of stick there. And if you need to, go slow, but if you need to use little things, a little like weeding tools or some sort of implement. Now, what's really kind of fun about this is that it leaves kind of like the negative image here. And we can do something with that negative image. Somebody challenged me about that. It's super easy to do. I would take out these little side pieces and then take a little bit of transfer tape, and probably use transfer tape because we don't want it to be super, super sticky. And then just lift this entire thing off and put it onto a blank card. Then you're getting 2 for 1. Isn't that fun? Okay, so there's our llama, and I like to sort of open it up this way, and we're going to take and put the inserts in there. Now, as I mentioned, if you want, it's sort of a personal choice, but a lot of times when you make these cuts, things like the ears will stick out, and personally I don't like that, but I don't want to, you know, mess up a couple other cards, but I would put a little dot of glue behind those ears, so that's what I'm gonna do. All right. And just a little bit, and it is on glitter, so glitter, it takes a little bit more for the glue. And it's still not attached. But here's another birthday card that we made in basically a couple of minutes. How cool is that to have a completed card that you didn't have to design, but it's pretty unique because you chose the colors, you chose the insert card base, and you can make these over and over again and even have a second one here. So let's talk about, oh, by the way, the Joy app will tell you how you can take this off in case you forget, and there you go. So let's talk about pens and foil. So here's one that is a unicorn that has a lot of pen work, which I love, and I think it would look really good for, and I like unicorns, but I think it would look really good for a little girl celebrating her birthday, right? So I'm gonna say start making. Now in this case I only have one size to choose from. Sometimes this happens, so you would just choose the middle size, hit next, and then here's our preview again. Let me go back. Here is our preview. We can go down here and edit the color. Okay, so we do have this party pink color. So let me change the card to party pink, which is pretty cool. And then I can also change the insert to, oh, I don't know. How about gold? Will gold look cute? Yeah, that would look cute. Now, do I want to turn the pen or to foil? For today, let's just go ahead and do a pen. But let's see what color pen that we're going to do. I don't know. We could choose a like that, or maybe like, oh, that's nice. So like a peacock color pen. Let's see if we have that. Yeah, it's teal. They call it teal. So let's do that. Let's do this one. So once we choose, and you see how that preview really works really nicely. So then we would hit next and make it. It's going to connect. And then you'll see the machine start to blink. See it blinking? Then we're going to take our card mat. We're going to put it into the machine. And remember, we always do writing or foiling first and then cutting. So we're going to have to, undo this clip, take out our cutting. This is our blade and our housing. And then just close that like this. And then it shows you how to do this, by the way. Then you can hit go. And it will do the writing, and then it will ask us to put this back in. By the way, eventually, just like with all machines, like a sewing machine or a typewriter or any kind of machine, usually you have to replace on a regular basis the things that make it work. So this is no different. This is a machine that has a little tiny blade in it. And if you want to replace it, you'll know you need to replace it when it starts to not cut all the way, or it starts messing up the cut. You'll know you need to replace that when you experience something like that. And so you're going to take and remove or press down this plunger, remove the blade, which is quite tiny. You see that? And then you're going to put a new blade in here. You can buy the blades also on Cricut.com, and I tend to buy them when they're on sale, just because they're a lot cheaper, and you can get them on sale for like about $5. So it's worth it to keep your machine running smoothly. You have to have, I don't know, I think of it like a sewing machine. I have to put in a new needle, or I have to put in thread, and to make my sewing projects work well. And that's the way I look at the blades and also the mats. And then it makes it a little bit easier. So it's 36% drawing. There's quite a lot of drawing on this, but to me, you'll notice sometimes it's like only less than halfway done, but it will usually be done, and then it goes all the way to 100%, which is just it. I don't know why that is. It's just something that is. So now I'm going to take out the pen and put this in. So I just unclip this. Make sure you cover your pens, and we'll put this in, and it will do the cutting. Okay, I do have to hit go on my iPad to make it cut. There's not a lot of cutting here either. And look, it got to, I don't know, that seems weird. It got to like 50%. Anyway, let's talk about pens. So the Cricut Joy has a ton of different pen options. They are a different size pen than you normally get for a regular Cricut. So when you go to the store or you're online, make sure that it says Cricut Joy on here. There are some people that have developed hacks for this, and I don't know what they are, but you can certainly research them. I just use the Cricut Joy pens because, I don't know, because they're fun and they're so tiny. And actually at the wedding this weekend, they had Cricut Joy pens for this little thing where you write on to remind the bride and groom. So that was kind of cool. There are also markers. So this one's a marker. This one's glitter gel. And you'll notice that some of them are facing up and some of them are facing down. Well, that's because some of these work better when they're stored this way. So gel pens tend to work better if you keep them cap side up, but the rest, and that includes like a regular pen, this is a fine point pen, this one is a marker, is better to store them cap side down. So I just put them in my, I'm not a regular mom, I'm a dog mom with my teddy bear. I put them in my mug like that, and that way I know they're being stored okay. So we're done. Let's unload. And we're going to start at the corner and very carefully peel away this. Now, sometimes you will get these little extra little cutouts here. And that's okay, but you don't do what I just did, which is I smudged the pen. Rita, what's wrong with you? And so we're going to, what did I decide on putting in there? Gold, right? Let's find a gold. Here's gold. Still some girl's gonna love that. You guys, I make the mistakes so that you don't have to. How's that? All right. All right, so that's our second card. Isn't that adorable? So already we have 2 cards, and I have the ones I made earlier like this. So let's just quickly do a foil piece, a foiled card. Okay, so again, we're going to find a card that has some sort of writing in it, and that's appropriate for our kids. So we can do, if we wanted to, we could do that dinosaur again. That's kind of cool. But let's do something else. Look at this. This is really fun. It says Make a Wish, and it has, it looks like it has glitter in the background, and it's dark with like kind of a silver. So let's do that. We're going to hit Start Making. We choose the size, which in this case is the only size available. We're going to hit Next. Now when we get to, let me just show you, when we get to this design phase, we're going to edit the color. We choose Edit Color. And what did they have? It was a blue card, right? And the insert was pink glitter, or I don't remember. Maybe it was pink glitter, but I don't see a pink glitter here. So I'm just going to change it to solid pink just because, well, here. I don't even know if I have pink glitter cut out, but that kind of looks there. Now, what you'll have to do is instead of having a pen on this, you have to choose foil. Okay, and we're going to choose silver because we liked the way that looked. And then here we go. Now we're ready to change this up. To cut this out just like it is. And remember, the machine doesn't know what color you're putting in. It only knows that you're putting it in. So let me find, this is kind of bluey. So let's choose that one. But now this step is different. Okay, so here's my card mat. I put the card in the mat and I make sure it's up to the top. Make sure it's like this. But I know that I'm going to have to put my silver foil on there. So now I'm going to take silver packets. These come in a 4x6 packet. I'm looking for my silver one. You see I have quite a few. Here's silver, but they come in 4x6. These also come in like a 12x12 size, but I find them difficult to work with. So when you open these up, keep them in the package because it keeps them nice and neat. But what you'll find is here are your inserts or your foil pieces, and then these are stickers that you're going to use. They're a nice low tack sticker that you're going to use to take one sheet of your foil, just like that, and put everything back in there. Okay. And then we're going to face up with the foil, and we're going to put it on top of our card. And then we're going to take these stickers, if I can get them off. And by the way, these are reusable, but they give you plenty. So we're going to then take, and on all four sides, we're going to put some great of this kind of sticker. It's a very low tax sticker. It won't mess up your card itself, okay? So we're putting it on all four sides just to hold it in place. Now, I mean, ideally, it would be great if you got this super taut, but to be frank, it will work this way. And so don't like mess around. You don't have to mess around with it. The other thing I want to point out is that sometimes when you're doing the foil, you'll see that the bottom of the card mat gets a little bit of foiling on it. It's not a big deal. It doesn't affect the wear of the card. So we're all set to go. The last thing we need to do is take our Joy foil and take this out, because we do foiling before we do cutting. So let's go back to our app, hit next. It's going to tell me I need to put in my transfer tool. And why is it not hitting make it? I don't know. Oh, it needs me to push it in there. Okay. And it should go to make it. What? What's going on? Next. Is it mad at me? Oh, it's mad at me. I don't know. Let's go and check to see if our Joy is connected. Yeah, it's connected, and we're in the Joy app, so it's not letting me hit make it. But okay, this is why we do lives, and this always happens. So in this case, I don't know why it's not letting us hit make it. So I might have to go back to my design and take off the foil. Let's see if that works. And instead of foil, we'll put silver and see if it lets me make it. Nope, it doesn't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. So, oh well. It says cannot be saved, so I'm going to quit anyway, and that should release my card. But it doesn't. So, can't ever do something easy. Let's see if this maybe is, we can do this one. Edit the color, foil, silver, and the card we're going to make blue, and the insert we're going to do, I don't know what we chose. Here, we'll try that. Let's hit next. Okay, so maybe it's just that card. So it says make it. I'm going to connect it to the Joy, and I've already got my transfer tool in there. Okay, and we're going to hit go or make it right there. It's telling me transfer tool. I hit go, and it will then do the foil on the card. After it's done doing the foil, it's going to spit the card out, but not completely out. And that's really important. Do not take the card out until you do the cutting. It will mess up the whole card. And so what you need to do is you need to swap out this and take off the foil off the top. So there's two things that you need to do when it's done applying the foil. Okay, so that's put in this and take off that, and I'll show you how to do that. So let's see. Now remember, guys, if you don't have a Joy and you love this, you can win one. Isn't that great? You can win one. So let me tell you that. Let's see. You need to, if you want to win a Joy from me, you need to be following me on YouTube. And if you're already following me on YouTube, then like, share, comment, or I don't know, yeah, that's all you can really do. Like, share, comment. Any of the 700 plus videos that I have on YouTube. This is so that I will increase my subscribers, but also by you liking and sharing, it helps in the algorithm. So whenever you're on YouTube, make sure that you like the video that you're watching, even if it's not me, because it does help the content creator, okay? So it's working on the foil, you see, and this has a little bit more foil than the original card that we wanted to do, but it's still going to look great. You see all of the foil from these little sparklers is really cute. And we decided what kind of a background. Well, we don't have very many boy cards, so maybe I can, and I know boys don't really love glitter, so I don't know, maybe something like a holographic would be kind of cool. This looks kind of cool. Maybe we'll choose this one. This is holographic poster board. Oh, not poster board. Oh, here, look at this one. That's kind of cool. This is holographic foil, and it's from Michaels, I believe. Okay, so we're done. All right, we're done with the foiling. So what we need to do first, you see that it hasn't come out completely. It's still attached. So do not take it out. Undo this and take this out, but don't replace this right away, because then we have to get in underneath this foil, just like this. You see? And we're going to peel off the foil like this. This makes it easy not having something in there to take this foil out. You see, there's our foil. Now we can take and put our cutting housing blade in and hit next on there. It's telling you to do what I just showed you to do, and then you hit go, and then it will do the cutting out, which is very little cutting, a whole lot of foiling. I'm seeing that the foil isn't great on this one, but it will be okay. I don't know why that is. It's so strange. Also, see these little sticky tape? I save them and put them on the side of my desk. Oh yeah, I have an interesting little space here. And then you wouldn't keep this. Oh, you know what, guys? Look at this. I had 2 pieces in there. Maybe that's why it didn't work so good. Huh, interesting. Well, you know, we make mistakes so that you don't have to. So there you go. Yours will come better. As I always say, you'll do better than me. And that's the truth. Okay, it's done. That I'm sure of it. That's why it didn't come out so great. See that? It just couldn't get to push it down enough. But if I were to do it again, I would make sure I would only have 1 piece of foil. All right. Now, sometimes these little pieces don't come out. You just have to pick them out. That's fun of working with paper. And here we go. There's another piece that's not out. Open it up a little bit. This one goes in like this, which is really cute. I like this sort of a tab or corner cut. It's really cute. There we go. And the 4th one. Okay. And there is our card. Now, again, you guys are going to do it better than me. Of course you are going to do it better than me because you're not going to mess up. And I still have these little pieces stuck in here, which I can just sort of take out. But still, nice looking card for a beginner. There we go. So that is working with the Joy, and that's how you use the insert cards and the foil to make these really fun cards. And if you do want to send them to the birthday party project, you can. I will post a address that you can send them to. Don't send them to Cricut, send them to me, and I'm sure that they'll make good use of it, even if they're a little messed up like mine are here. Kids don't notice that sort of thing, do they? I don't know. Maybe they do, but I would love to receive this unicorn one. That's pretty awesome. Or the llama one. I think that's pretty cool. This one's a great llama one. So see what you can do if you're interested in this, all right? Thanks, everybody, for coming today. I know we're going a little over the time, but we covered a lot. If you need me, you know how to reach me, usually through Facebook Messenger or email, missrita@gmail.com. Don't forget to get your name in, because we only have one more week left for the Joy giveaway. And if you found this content helpful to you, please consider following me. And if it's really helpful to you, maybe you might want to consider becoming a patron on Patreon. The information is in the description of the video. Hey, we'll see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to make a really cute iron-on tote bag for teachers, and that's going to be fun because we're doing some back to school things this week. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you again tomorrow.